We will absolutely target you, go after you, if you are targeting anyone with hate speech.
I want to share with you first a Charlie Kirk tweet. Look, I'm as tired of you as you. I'm as tired of talking about Charlie Kirk and the situation that we presently find ourselves in as you are from hearing it. And actually, if you're that tired of it, you're probably not even here. I'm talking to somebody who didn't click on the video. So what are you going to do? But Charlie Kirk lived his life. He was a hypocrite, just like any other Republican who cherry-picked. And one day he's for releasing the Epstein files fully, and then the next he's not, and then the next he was. He was fully for unrestricted, unfettered free speech, absolute right to free speech. You can say whatever you want, even hate speech, which we're going to get to, until there were liberals who were speaking out, and then he wanted to, stifle their free speech, squelch their free speech, restrict their free speech. He was a hypocrite and a liar and a racist and a bigot, just like the rest of Republicans. He was nothing special or different than any of these people. Okay? He tweeted this: hate speech does not exist legally in America. There's ugly speech, there's gross speech, there's evil speech, and all of it is protected by the First Amendment. Keep America free. This is interesting because now that he is a martyr in conservative circles for free speech, they are trying to restrict your free speech, my free speech. At the very least, they want to strike fear into people who are not sufficiently mournful at the death of the racist, Christian nationalist bigot, Charlie Kirk. I got 2 clips here from Pam Bondi, a remarkable set of clips that they are now going to target. She says target, and she puts stink on it too. We're going to target you if you speak out against Charlie Kirk. If you're not sufficiently mournful or sad or whatever about Charlie Kirk's death, if you say things that are distasteful, we're going to target you. Even though political speech, it's the distasteful things, it's the gross things, like Charlie Kirk said. Those should be protected more than anything else. I'm not harming anyone if I say something negative about Charlie Kirk. I'm not harming anyone. Nobody's rights are being usurped if I won't do it because I don't feel this way, if I celebrate the death of Charlie Kirk. No one is harming anyone with their celebrations. Yeah, it's distasteful, yes. But it's not against the law. It's protected, in fact, by the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. Remember, Congress shall make no law. And when you're a representative of this government, the DOJ, the Attorney General of these United States, you are a representative of the government, of especially the Constitution of the United States, which, by the way, Pam, little Pam, includes the First Amendment. Get a load of this. Remembering the Charlie Kirk tweet, remember, and all of it is protected by the First Amendment. Keep America free, he said. Remember that, keep that tweet in mind as you watch these clips from Pam Bondi, who's trying to martyr Charlie Kirk by targeting leftists and liberals.
There's free speech, and then there's hate speech. And there is no place, especially now, especially after what happened to Charlie, in our society.
Do you see more law enforcement going after these groups who are using hate speech and putting cuffs on people so we show them that some action is better than no action?
We will absolutely target you, go after you, if you are targeting anyone with hate speech, anything. And that's across the aisle.
Being happy that Charlie Kirk is dead, as distasteful as it is, isn't hate speech. To the Republican Party, the Westboro Baptist Church should be able to go out there and say God hates slurs for gays. But if you say Charlie Kirk deserved to die, which I don't believe and would never say, but that is hate speech. Westboro Baptist Church, not so much. That's hate speech. If you call someone the N-word on Twitter and in real life, that's not hate speech, But not being sad about Charlie Kirk is hate speech. She says, by the way, on Katie Miller's show, that's the wife of Stephen Miller, I guess some would portend the girlfriend of Elon Musk and the wife of Stephen Miller. They got a weird thing going on, some think. It's not the only thing we heard from Pam Bondi yesterday. She also said this about private companies and who they are keeping employed, because there was an incident at an Office Depot in Kalamazoo, Michigan, where someone went in to print posters for a vigil for Charlie Kirk, and the employee said, "That's political propaganda. I'm not printing that." They were subsequently dismissed, fired by Office Depot. I'll let you do with that information as you will, whether you choose to shop there, to darken their door. I won't be giving them any of my money. But here is Pam Bondi, not just talking about targeting, but telling private employers who they should and should not employ.
That's horrific. It's free speech, but you shouldn't be employed anywhere if you're going to say that. And employers, you have an obligation to get rid of people. You need to look at people who are saying horrible things, and they shouldn't be working with you. Businesses cannot discriminate. If you want to go in and print posters with Charlie's pictures on them for a vigil, you have to let them do that. We can prosecute you for that. I have Harmeet Dillon right now in our civil rights unit looking at that immediately, that Office Depot had done that. We're looking at that.
Get rid of them, she says. And employers, you have an obligation, says the Attorney General of the Department of Justice in these United States. You have an obligation to get rid of people who aren't sad about Charlie Kirk. You need to look at people and what they're saying, these horrible things. What horrible things? And they shouldn't be working with you. Businesses cannot discriminate. If you want to go and print posters with Charlie's pictures on them for a vigil, you have to let them do that. The same party that thinks it's okay for a business that provides public accommodation to not bake a cake for two men who want to get married, that's his right. That's his free speech right. That's the same party that thinks employees should be fired for choosing not to print vigils for a racist Christian nationalist bigot who espoused hate. The last words of his mouth were racist hate. And if you're unfamiliar with the case that she's talking about here, giving direction to private employers from the government, this is from WWMT, I believe is the affiliate in Kalamazoo, talking about James Asher, the young Republican, the little fascist in training, who started this entire controversy.
Because of an incident at the Office Depot in Portage. Good evening, I'm Princess Jeanne Steverson. It's after an employee refused to print a poster for a Charlie Kirk prayer vigil. And tonight, we're now hearing more from the customer involved in the incident. The video has been circulating online with now more than 1 million views, and it's sparking conversations on not just Office Depot's actions, but free speech itself. The employee in the video claims the poster is political propaganda, but the customer says that refusal itself is political discrimination. News Channel 3's Colin Roos has more after sitting down with that individual.
This is a culture thing. This is a sickness in our society. Higher better.
This is the poster intended to be printed for Friday's Charlie Kirk Memorial at Bronson Park, showing a picture of the murdered political activist and the years of his life. Vigil organizer and Kalamazoo Young Republicans member James Asher said he sent in the print Friday to the Office Depot on Southwest Edge.
15 minutes before it's supposed to start, they give me a call and they're like, yeah, our printer person just looked at who it's for and they're not going to do it.
That's when he and a friend decided to go there in person. The video shows Asher speaking to an employee identifying herself as a manager, explaining the event was meant for prayer.
So they say they don't print political propaganda. So this is somebody that passed away a couple years ago.
That's political propaganda.
According to Asher, after the end of the video, the Office Depot employees told him they would call the police on him, which didn't end up happening. And he says a local FedEx ended up printing the poster for free.
These are how people present themselves even when they're on camera. Imagine how they present themselves when they're not on camera.
Office Depot issued a response to the incident, calling the associate's actions, quote, unacceptable and insensitive, and that the manager no longer worked for the company. The clip sparked conversation on our News Channel 3 Facebook page, with some feeling the employees should have printed the poster, while others stated the company had the right to refuse.
I gave him a call back and I told him, I was like, hey, this is about to be a really big situation. I wasn't trying to be that person, but the bigger idea was that I know that that's absolutely unacceptable.
Asher said he hopes the video makes customers think about where they shop, but hopes the attention is returned to the loss suffered by Kirk's family.
We need to stand up for what we believe in with courage and conviction, and I believe that's what Charlie Kirk taught my generation to do.
In Kalamazoo, I'm Colin Roos.
We need to stand up for what we believe in with courage and conviction, he says, and I believe that's what Charlie Kirk taught my generation to do. Is that, James Asher, what Charlie Kirk taught your generation? When he said, happening all the time in urban America, prowling blacks go around for fun to go target white people. That's a fact. It's happening more and more. Was that him teaching your generation courage and conviction? If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified, said Charlie Kirk. Courage and conviction. Black women, speaking about black women here, they're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know, Charlie Kirk said. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to be taken somewhat seriously, said Charlie Kirk, the racist white nationalist bigot. Teaching this child's generation, James Asher, to stand up for what he believes in with courage and conviction. We made a really huge mistake when we passed the Civil Rights Act in the mid-60s, said Charlie Kirk. MLK was awful. He was not a good person. He said one good thing he actually didn't believe, said Charlie Kirk. You're an abomination to God, he told transgender people. Courage and conviction, James Asher. I wouldn't print vigil posters for Charlie Kirk. Does that make me practicing hate speech, Pam Bondi? Are you going to target me, Pam Bondi? I'm certain you know where I am, Pam Bondi. Department of Justice, the FBI. Is that hate speech, or is that protected speech under the Constitution of the United States, a document to which I rose my right hand on multiple occasions in my life and swore to support and defend against all enemies, foreign and domestic? You, Pam Bondi, and your boss, Pam Bondi, Donald Trump, are domestic threats to this Constitution on a daily basis. Targeting people. Get out of here. Anyway, what do you think? I encourage your feedback here. We can have a conversation in the comments below the video, wherever you're watching it. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. If you're into it, not if you're on retirement or on disability or on a fixed income, not in those cases. In fact, if you're giving to be a channel member or on Patreon or over on Facebook, and you're in any of those situations, stop giving. Just make sure you're subscribed and share this content. Take care of yourself. But if you do have $2 a month and you want to help produce this content with me, click the join button below this video on YouTube. You can do so over on Facebook too. And you can go to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Your $2 a month goes a long way towards supporting independent media and disseminating the truth in these dire and scary times. I'll see you next time. I love and appreciate you very much. I'll see you. Be genuine. Take care of one another.